Hello, Alex here from Create, Clarify, Articulate, and it's now, I think, the 10th of August, and we have now 5 days, including today, of our show, Story Builders, at the Edinburgh Fringe. And it's really been an up and down roller coaster over the past few days. About 2 days ago, we were in a point with our show where we felt like we were getting in the groove. Like we really knew what we were doing, the show went really well, and that's something that happens when you do the same presentation or the same performance multiple times, is that at some point, you get into a point where you're like, okay, I know this. And I think 2 days ago, that was the point that happened, and then the day after I got ill, I was very, very tired, and I've got my first tip to tell you from the shows. The important thing that I learned about that is knowing your stuff is very, very important. So when you're giving a presentation, often you don't do it many, many times, and so you don't really know it like the back of your hand. You know, you couldn't just get out on stage, do your presentation, and not really have to think about it or do it on autopilot. Now, I never suggest that you do presentations or performances on autopilot. I would suggest that you always try and be in the moment and really involved with your audience. But what I learnt yesterday was, because I knew the play very, very well, because I was really kind of feeling ill, I was very tired, that tiny bit of energy that I had, I could devote to being in the moment and interacting with the audience. Whereas if I didn't really know the presentation that well, it's not a presentation, it's a show. If I didn't really know the show that well, then I would have had to be using all that energy just to remember what was coming next, and as a result, my performance might have been pretty flat. Whereas in the end, it was flatter than usual, but I was really able to use my energy properly. And I would say that that's the importance of really knowing your performance well. And so it's something that you can do in one-off presentations, even just by rehearsing it out loud a lot. Which is something that people don't often do. Now, that's my first tip, is just like really know your stuff, and that's what I'm learning, particularly in this run, is that as we go on, we get better at it, but we also get a bit more tired, and because of the fact that we know the performance well, that tiredness, we kind of counteract that tiredness. Now, the second tip I'd give you is sleep. So I was a bit ill yesterday, and today I slept in this morning. Now, I'm still not feeling great, but I have had a bit more sleep, and today I feel more able to do our show. Now, that's something that I would always recommend to people doing a presentation or any other type of performance, is the day before, get some sleep, or on the day, get some sleep. Make sure that you are well rested, because it makes a huge difference. Now, obviously, I haven't done the show yet today. I'm going to go and do it in a couple of hours, and I can tell you how that happens, how it works afterwards. But certainly, I would have said that having a focused, clear mind as the result of sleep is something that's particularly important in performances, because it just makes things a lot easier. So know your performance, know your content like the back of your hand, so you can do it even if you have to do it on autopilot, and know how much sleep you need and get that sleep, and it can make a huge difference to your ability to give a good performance. So that's a short one today. Those are my tips over the last few days. In general, the show Story Builders is going very well. I think people are really enjoying it, and people are getting a lot from it, which is wonderful. And we've got 5 days left, and then an extra day later, and then we'll be finished, which will be great. So we're definitely enjoying the show, but it is taking a lot out of us, and we're only doing it until the 14th. There are shows here at the Edinburgh Fringe which are doing it all August, every single day in August, and I can't quite imagine doing that yet, but it is our first year doing a show, so I think that doing it until the 14th was a good choice. So that's all for now. I will get back to you later in the Fringe to let you know how it's gone, and some more tips that I've learned from performing in the Fringe. Thanks. Bye for now.